Hello. For those of you who have followed my YouTube channel, you may know that I did a series in the past where I ate fruits the wrong way, pretending like I'd never eaten them before. And it's been a little while since I've done that, primarily because I've moved and I felt, I don't know, a little weirder about using the kitchen, with roommates I didn't know as well. And so I just kind of put my fruit eating adventures on hold, but I'm here today with a new fruit. It looks kind of like an apple, except for this little thing up top. But it smells very different. It's something called a quince, or a quince, or something like that. I've never had one before, and so I thought I'd give it a shot and kind of bring back the old David eating fruit videos, because I am actually very curious about how to eat this and what it looks, what it tastes like. So here we go. Me eating a quince. Interesting. So, first of all, did not expect that. Did not expect it to be brown on the inside. As far as the texture, it's like a very firm but kind of pithy apple. It's kind of surprisingly dry, but very firm. And the flavor is very, very mild. It smells actually a lot more pungent than it tastes. It tastes very similar to an apple, except without the flavor. So, but maybe that'll change. Taking too large of bites. That's part of the problem. Yeah, there's a very slight, almost kind of tropical flavor. And it dies away really quick. And then you're just kind of left with bland things stuff to chew. The interior color is fascinating to me. As I'm eating further into it, I'm striking a lighter color than the exterior kind of brown when you first bite into it. There's something a bit yellower, a bit more kind of like an apple color the further we go in. I wonder if it has a different flavor. The flavor is not any different. It might be a little bit slightly tartar in the lighter sections inside, and maybe a little bit juicier, which makes me wonder if this is ripe. One has to ask that question, and perhaps the question should be, should it all look like this? Is the brown actually a sign that it's not quite ready to go yet? Questions I don't have the answer to, unfortunately. I would recommend you having something to drink along with a quince, because my mouth is getting a little bit dry. And the fruit is not helping. So if you're not familiar with my fruit eating series, you're probably wondering what's happening, what's going on. And what's going on is that I will eat this entire fruit, including whatever is in the middle, on the top, or on the bottom, or vice versa. I am going to eat the entire thing. and I'm speeding up footage of me chewing, so it's not a very long video. But I also wanted to show you that I am in fact eating the whole thing. It's not some camera trickery. And at the end of the video, I'm going to rate this fruit out of 5 to let you know if you should try a quince for yourself, should you find one. I'll go back to chewing and speeding up footage now. A little tart on the top. Not finding any seeds. Just getting a little grittier toward the middle. I don't know how else to explain it. Oh. I think I found something. Definitely getting less flavorful in this section. Definitely not harder and crunchier in this section. I feel like the video is going to run out at a certain point. You know? This is going to take a while to get through. Let's find out what that is in the middle. Found the seeds. Feeling a little bit nauseous. Like nature's telling me, what are you doing? Don't be eating that. Had to take a big swallow there. Oh, man. I'm going to pause. I'm going to take a pause. There was a nice flavor that hit me. I think I was eating some of the seeds. There was a nice flavor. I was like, it almost tastes pleasantly of like pistachio ice cream or something like that. And then I remembered that there's some poison that apparently tastes a lot like almonds. And I'm like, maybe I should look into this real quick. So I'm going to look into this real quick to see if the seeds of a quince are poisonous. And if not, I'll be right back. I am back with a tall glass of Dad's root beer, my favorite brand of root beer. Primarily because my mouth is drying out, and also it's not very flavorful at this particular point in the quince. I also looked up to see if quince seeds are poisonous, and the answer is yes, but not enough to actually cause you that much trouble if you eat a quince worth of seeds. So I'm going to be eating the rest of these seeds, and they're going to turn to some very mild form of cyanide in my digestive tract. I'd have to eat a lot of quince in order for it to actually do anything. So back to the old grind. Still very gritty. But we're getting to the other end. We're getting to the other side. So there's a light at the end of this quince tunnel. There's all the seeds gone. Dad's. Now that's good root beer. Feel free to sponsor me if you want. Very tart, very kind of bitter there. Got one bite left, though. Nearly done. Okay, so, having eaten a quince, what would I rate a quince? Well, the only fruit I can compare it to is an apple. And I can only compare it to an apple in pretty negative ways. It's mild in flavor. It is worse in texture. It also gets really, really tough and gritty and hard in the middle. Whereas with an apple, you can eat right through the core of an apple with very little difficulty, especially compared to the quince. So I'd take whatever I rated the apple and give the quince maybe a solid 1.5 less, because it is distinctly worse. That being said, if you go in expecting something that's not an apple, you won't be disappointed. It has a very mild, fruity, kind of tropical, almost maybe pineapple-y sort of flavor. Have something to drink with it, like perhaps Dad's root beer, in order to quench your thirst as it dries your mouth out as you eat it. So from a scale of 1 to 5, I would give a quince probably 1.5 quince out of 5 quince. That's my rating for it. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you get given a quince, give it a shot. Maybe don't eat the middle. So that's a quince.
A special thank you to my patrons on Patreon for supporting my work, including Paul Provenzano, David Voss, and Caroline. Artists, thank you for your support.